Hey everyone, ever felt your brain get a bit jumbled when you see a sign that's like a blue word that says red? Or tried to say the color of a word, but your brain just had to read the word itself first? If that sounds familiar, then you've bumped right into something super cool called the Stroop Effect. It's basically a little brain trick that shows how our minds work on autopilot. Let's dive in and see what this all means. What's the Stroop Effect anyway? So, this whole idea comes from a guy named John Ridley Stroop. Back in 1935, he did this awesome experiment where he showed people lists of words in different colors. But here's the twist. Sometimes, the word itself would be a color name, but printed in a different color. And what he found was pretty wild. People took way longer to name the ink color when the word was a conflicting color. It was much easier to say red for a red blob, or even for the word house in red, than to say red when the word was blue in red ink. It all comes down to how our brains learn to do things automatically. But then your conscious mind is trying to say red. See the problem? Your brain is trying to do two things at once. Automatically read the word and consciously figure out the color. It shows us that not all brain tasks are equal. Some are just more built-in and automatic than others. It can even help spot certain brain conditions. If you're designing a warning sign, you wouldn't want the words to clash with the colors, right? Like a stop sign that's green. That would totally mess with your head and slow down your reaction time. It just goes to show that sometimes our automatic brain habits can actually trip us up a bit. It's proof of how powerful practice is. When we do something over and over, it becomes second nature, almost impossible to turn off. And because reading is so automatic, it often wins, or at least slows down your attempt to name the color. It's like your brain has a little internal argument, and that's what causes the delay. The Stroop Effect is a simple but super cool reminder that our minds are constantly making lightning-fast decisions, sometimes without us even realizing it. It's proof that our automatic brain power is pretty incredible, even when it sometimes gets in its own way. For most of us, grown-ups reading is like breathing. It just happens. We don't have to think, okay, that's an R, that's an E, that's a D. Our brains are so incredibly good at reading that they do it without us even trying. It's totally on autopilot. That little pause, that hesitation, that's the Stroop Effect right there. It's our brain having a bit of a wrestle with itself, like the word blue printed in bright red ink, or green in yellow ink. His challenge to people was simple. Just tell me the color of the ink, not the word you're reading. Why does our brain do that? Alright, so why does this happen? So, when you see the word blue printed in red ink, your brain's autopilot kicks in and instantly reads blue. What does this tell us about our brains? The Stroop Effect is actually a really big deal in understanding how our brains work. Scientists even use the Stroop test to check things, like how well someone can pay attention, or how good their brain is at controlling different thoughts. And it's not just for science labs. Think about real life. So, what's the takeaway? Next time you're confused by a weirdly colored word, just remember you're witnessing the amazing complex workings of your own brain. Pretty neat, huh? What other brain tricks have you noticed in your daily life?